Alright guys, we have a best of 3 here between Grungy FM and Panagiotis. And the map is, I think it's Lowland Groves. Let me just put that on there for context here. Okay. Okay, so where we have these guys ranked on my levels chart. This is the levels chart that is on the Discord that I created based on my knowledge of where I believe, and there was some input from the community, where I believe all the active PvP players are in terms of their level and skill. And I do have Grungy above Panagiotis. I believe I have Grungy at 5th, and I have Pana a little bit further down the list, but still high level. So this should be a fairly even matchup. Grungy with the red Greeks, and Pana as the blue Egyptians. We all know how strong the Egyptians are late game. They have so many weapons in their arsenal, as far as the priests for healing, converting. Their siege is probably, like, I would say the best siege with their catapults. That just does so much damage, especially when you have a large number of them. And not to mention what we've seen recently with their wonder, which is able to give them an additional 20 pop, almost like if they weren't strong enough to begin with. That is more of a reason to get to age 4, get those techs, get those upgrades, and they are virtually unstoppable. We've seen in the game, me and ZZ Top, 2 versus 1, we were age 4, full pop, maxed out with our techs, taking on Egyptians with Celts and Persia, and we both barely won the fight. I mean, it's amazing what the Egyptians can do. Alright, so it looks like Pana went very fast, Bronze Age. He is gathering stone now, getting his upgrades, Touch of Raw. And Grungy is on his way to the Bronze Age. Looks like he has 6 villagers on stone, 5 on wood, and 3 on food, while he ages up the 14 villagers. Now, we've all seen these guys play. These guys have amazing macro. It's just some of the best in the game, along with the other high-level players. So I can expect probably both of them. I'm not sure if we're gonna see a whole lot of an Age 2 push. I can expect these guys to try to get in Age 3 as soon as possible, and get those stronger units, stronger upgrades, and try to get ahead, you know, with the macro, with getting that 3rd town center, producing more villagers, and I think that's what they're going to do, is just continue to scout and watch to see if they have the opportunity to get away with it. Because I think that's what they do a lot of times, is their scouts are always going to be working. So if they see, okay, you know what, it looks like my opponent's going fast Age 3, because I don't see any military, I don't see a whole lot of production buildings. There's nothing they can do to me to really damage me, so what am I going to do? I'm going to go fast Age 3, get those stronger units, get that macro lead, and just absolutely steamroll my opponent. So, And what you can definitely guarantee with these guys is there's going to be a constant villager production from both town centers. You're not going to see them missing a whole lot. Maybe here in the beginning just because they're just getting their second town centers, but look how many villagers they keep on food. 13 for Grungy right now, 12 for Panagiotis, and I'm sure these numbers will go up because you need to maintain double villager production, and you need to be able to supply your military for your military production. Okay. Okay, Pana's gonna go for a stables for its first production building, and we're probably gonna see Camel Rider raiding. And what he's gonna do is probably just try to keep these Camel Riders as active as possible to force Grungy to want to play defensive, but Grungy's actually going to go on the offensive here. And let's see if he scouted that hunts. Yes, he did. And that is exactly where his hype is going, to try to force Panagiotis off that hunts. And let's see if Pana has the loom. No, he doesn't. Okay, and Grungy's going to be successful here, but let's see. Okay, there's the first Camel Rider in queue. And since he's going to fall back to his berries for now, he's going to get that Picker's Glove, which is going to give him a plus 20% gathering rate for berry bushes. Okay, it's a nice work by Grungy. You see he is floating a lot of food. And, okay, and he's probably anticipating spears. I don't know if he's scouted this. Let's take a look at Grungy's vision. Did he scout that? No. So he didn't scout the stables, but he probably just assumes that there are going to be camels coming. And I will tell you one thing about Grungy is he's going to expand and try to have vision of the entire map. I can tell you when I play versus him almost every time, he's literally on every section, every corner of the map. He's literally just all over the place. Okay, there's going to be a small skirmish here between Camel Riders and Hypas. But now that there's a Greek Spearman here in the composition, Pana is going to have to proceed with caution, because that snare is serious. Look at that snare. And all it takes is 4 hits. And there's the age 3. That is a very fast age 3. The tempo of set going up now. He needs to get his gold up because he is definitely going to want those Axeman champions. And Axeman champions. Okay, Grungy was able to sneak in Sari Sofri. Let's take a look at Grungy's base while there's a pause in the action. Okay, so there was started with barracks, and then got his stables, and now 2 archery ranges. And let's look at his villager count right now at 9 minutes, about 9 minutes, 47 for Grungy and 53 for Pana. And remember, Egyptians can continue to keep producing as they're aging up, so they don't have to have that long pause while they research the next age. Okay, so Grungy going for an H2 push, but I'm pretty sure that Pana's going to be able to hold. If Grungy does decide to push in, he has more than enough here. And once he gets these champion upgrades, then Grungy's really going to be on the back foot here. So this is awesome play by Panagiotis, and there's an armory. up. His macro is amazing. Look at his Q. And we still have double villager production. Okay, here's the engagement. Here's where the microing is very important. What he wants to do is he wants to try to get us around. He wants to put the camel riders on the totes. And he wants to put the axemen on the spears. Okay, we have a slight pause in production. Okay, there's the camel rider champion. Very strong upgrade. Let's take a look at it. Let's see here. Plus 100% bonus verse range. That's really good. Plus he has the pierce armor, which are just, they make him tanky as ever. And Priestess of Raw, he's definitely going to have that in his composition. So Pana, and now Tower's going up here for extra defense. He does have enough for a third town center, so I'm sure he's going to drop that at any moment. Let's look at his resource distribution. 15 on food, 13 on wood, 13 on gold, and none on stone at the moment. Okay, that Camel Rider Champion upgrade is complete. Okay, now he will finally engage this Greek army. And these axemen are not champions yet. The front line has melted for Grungy, only leaving him with 4 spearmen left and forcing him to go on the retreat. And Grungy is on his way to the Silver Age, and we can expect for him to get Prodromos to counter these camel riders, which they do so effectively. Okay, no Axeman champions just yet. And you can see just how tanky these camel riders are with their upgrades. They are just so strong. He barely lost any camel riders. Now he's producing even more, up to 130 pop, 66 villagers. So well above Grungy. But Grungy does have 70 villagers, so his eco is not bad. There's the third town center for Panagiotis, and there is the Axeman Champion upgrade. Now we have a food problem here. Looks like the production slowed just a bit. Alright, Grungy continuing to go on the retreat. And it looks like he's going to produce more hypos, more tokes. There he's getting his barbed arrows upgrade right now. Both are about even in overall population. It looks like Grungy still has the villager lead, but only by 1. Okay, and here comes the armory upgrades kicking in here for Pana. Okay, so does Grungy have enough resources for his third town center? No, he does have enough stone, but not enough wood. But I'm sure he will get that very soon. He wants to get his population up right now. Okay, Pana is able to get to 180 population. And it looks like he might be waiting for his armory techs to kick in, and he might want to wait until he gets up to 180 population. Let's see, there's just right now a lot of villagers in his queue. And he doesn't feel comfortable taking this battle right now. So he's going to fall back and retreat. It looks like he's not making a lot of military. I'm trying to see what he's looking at the moment. There goes another defensive tower for him. Okay, there's spearmen right now in queue to deal with the Ceresophori. Okay, and now he is going to stand and fight this, and it looks like he does have the upper hand. And remember, he does have defender's advantage. And awesome news of these towers, even though he probably could win this fight, he wants to guarantee that it goes in his favor. Which is really nice to see. And he's also going to fortify these towers which is going to give these guard towers plus 20% health, plus 20% damage, and plus 10% maximum range. So that's a very nice upgrade for these towers, and they're definitely fortified now. Pana at 14 minutes and 54 seconds is maxed out. Okay, so that is actually very fast to get up to 180 population, and he has most. Let's look at his armory techs. Yeah, he has his Bronze Age. Does not have his Silver Age just yet, but I'm sure he will be working on them very soon. Okay, very nice by Grungy. Fortress going up for Grungy. Let's look at what Grungy has. He's almost maxed out. He was able to get his 3rd town center. He is up to 90 villagers, and this is not uncommon for Grungy to have that many villagers. We are going to have a standoff for right now. Let's look at if these, okay, these spearmen are champion. I'm sure these, okay, the Toxotes are not champions. He does have some Prodromos here, but he has so many villagers that it, oh, well, there is going to be a raid going on. He did have some Ceres out of position, and he's going to fall back until this fortress gets completed. Okay, so I don't know if this is an ideal location for Grungy to fight in, or for Pana to fight in, but it looks like he's actually going to win this battle. But look at all these towers going up, but he's still going to need some military units to hold off the line for now. But this is going to be a lot of pierced DPS. And as long as Grungy can get some units here to help hold, because right now he has no military units, but here they come streaming in. You just want to hope that they can hold off long enough for the military to arrive. And I think they're going to. So Grungy determined to hold this. And Pana just continuing to stay maxed out. Relentless with this push. Okay, more armory upgrades being researched for Pana. Grungy is going to fall back. Now Grungy's down to 115 population. There must be a raid going on. He's losing. Okay, he's losing these villagers here that were trying to hold that position. And now Grungy's going to have to really work to get maxed back out here. He is building up a force here, but is he going to have enough in time for when Panagiotis decides to advance forward? Okay, so he knows that the attack's coming. He knows exactly where it's coming from. Pana gonna get up some more defenses here to hold his position, and this is kind of exactly what you need to do, especially in Age 3, when you gain some ground. If you just get some fortresses and key positions so that you have something to fall back on. And this was probably not the ideal fight for Grungy. He was probably better off backing off maybe just a little bit until he got more More military pop here, but it looks like he might lose this town center. And these Rams are so strong. Look at their Pierce armor. 0.90 Pierce armor. So they do not go down easy with town center and tower fire. And there's a GG by Grungy. Well played by Pana. Okay. Great game by both players. Let's take a look at the quest stats. Current military, you can see where, let's see, right around 9 minutes is where Pana went age 3 and really just controlled the pace of the game there. Both did good on villagers. Grungy did lose quite a bit during that attempt to hold in the center. Yes, Pana does have to change Civ. All right. Okay, so Pana has to change civs. Grungy can choose map. And Grungy did choose equal footing. Oh, I have I have Pana right below Grungy. Grungy's at number 4, Pana's at number 5. Okay. Okay, if you guys are just now tuning in, we are on to game 2 of this best of 3 between Grungy FM and Panagiotis. Okay. So, Grungy fighting to stay alive for another game here on equal footing. Pana looking to close this best of 3 series out with another win. Both players changing civs. Panagiotis changing to Greeks after winning with Egyptians. Grungy changing to Persia after losing with Greeks. So 2 bowman civs. We are about to see how this plays out. And Grungy wasting no time getting a barracks. And same with Panagiotis. Both are about equal with the Greek spears and the Persia Sparabara. So this will basically come down to micro, who can micro the best. But they both have amazing micro, so it might just become a stalemate with neither player really doing a lot of damage. But we'll see. As you guys saw in my game versus Grungy, and probably most games that you've played, spear rushing can be a game changer. we think like, oh, you know, you only get about 4 or 5 spears out. What's that gonna do? You know, you just move your villagers, micro your villagers away, and you know, how much damage can really be done. But me personally, I believe when you lose that gathering time, when you're forced off your wood line, when you're garrisoning your villagers to get them away, you're not sticking to your plan, and your plan is to continue to gather as much as possible per your build order. Whatever your build order is, you have a strategy, you got a system, right? And that's to keep however many villagers on food, on wood, and then when you do that correctly, you will age up in a certain time. Now, when you have to relocate, micro, and move your villagers away, and you're losing your storehouses in the process, that now you have to deviate from your plan. Now you might have to age up a little bit longer. You might have to, hey Zeus, you might have to make another villager, right? You are getting delayed, and your whole system is being disrupted. So I think it does play an importance, especially in a 2 versus 2, where you have where you're vulnerable to becoming double teamed. So double spear rushed. If your ally doesn't want to make barracks and get spears to help you, then all you can do is just try to survive long enough for them to get to age 2 and get those age 2 infantry units out. But both players right now are staying defensive. Neither player wants to push out. So this is just more of a preemptive move right here with getting these Sparabar and these Greek Spearmen, just in case, just like a precautionary thing. But what they want is they want to be able to go with their build order, right? they want to go ahead and do their build order without having to micro and rush their villagers around. And I can tell this is exactly what they want, because this is what they're doing. They're doing their system, right? 7 on food, 8 on wood. And let's see, Pana is probably going to put 2 more on stone. There he has enough resources. Grungy does not want to stop his Sparabara production. Pana is on his way to the Bronze Age. Let's see here. There are 7 Sparabara to the 6 Spearmen. Looks like Pana temporarily stopped making Spearmen. So Grungy does have the advantage here. And this is what I talk about microing. See how he's going to target the weaker Spearmen? Okay, this is what Pana didn't want, but he's okay because he's on his way to the Bronze Age. He still has enough food to make villagers. He almost has enough resources to get that second town center. And he's continuing to make, this is the important part, guys. He is continuing to produce villagers behind this, so he does not fall behind in the villager lead. And he is in the Bronze Age. Here comes the hypos. So he's already ahead because this attack is going to fizzle out, and he's going to get his second town center faster than Grungy. Grungy just now clicked up to the Bronze Age. Grungy is unsuccessful in killing any villagers as of yet. He is continuing to stream Sparabara to try to disrupt it. Looks like he might kill 1 villager. Yes, he did get away with killing 1 villager. And Grungy is doing exactly what he wants to do. What he wants to do is he wants to temporarily slow Pana down. And that's what he's doing, because he wasn't able to gather enough stone like he wanted to get that second town center, because he had to micro his villagers off of stone. So now it's going to take a little time to gather the rest of the stone, and now he has to decide where he wants to place his second town center. And all this time, he could have already had it, but now Grungy is in the Bronze Age and actually getting his second town center before Panagiotis. But let's see what Pana, I think he's, I don't know if he's trying to decide where he wants, yeah, that's what he's doing, deciding where he wants to place it. Okay, so there's an archery range and a stable. So 1-1-1 for Pana. Okay, so if anything, that's what he wanted to do. Just slow Pana down, and he was successful in that endeavor. Okay, let's get a villager count. Let's see how that affected these guys. Because Pana was still producing villagers, 27 to the 31. Okay, so Grungy was able to pull ahead somehow in that spear rush. Okay, Spearman champion for Pana. Both maintaining double villager production. Sparabara champion. And Q being researched for Grungy. And the stables being built now for Grungy's second production building. And let's see how fast Grungy gets to the Silver Age, because In a lot of cases, what we see here is we see a fast H3 for Persia, just so they can get those immortals out. And yeah, look at Grungy putting more villagers on gold to try to get to that H3. Did research the pickaxe. Okay, marksmanship for Panagiotis. That's going to give his Tuxodes plus 20% line of sight and plus 5% movement speed. Okay, first engagement here. And Grungy does have double town center fire directed onto these Greek units, and Pana will not be able to stand and fight here. He might have overcommitted, and this is where you have to be careful, because if you overcommit and lose a lot of your military, you do fall vulnerable to a counterattack, which all Grungy has to do is just send all his forces towards Panagiotis, an offensive maneuver here, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Okay, so another archery range going up for Grungy, and another archery range for Panagiotis. And it wouldn't surprise me if we saw Grungy clicking up to the Silver Age here very soon. Okay, he's going to send 6 Asabara to do some raiding. He's just going to look for a weak target for right now. Marksmanship being researched for Grungy. These upgrades are all very important. And you got to think they're very important, or else they wouldn't be there, right? All they do is improve your units. Even the slightest edge is going to help. Okay, these Asabar are extremely good at raiding and killing villagers. 3 villagers already dead here for Panagiotis. Now 4th. Now 5th. 6 villagers just like that gone for Pana. Now let's go ahead and look at the villager count. 47 for Pana. 58 for Grungy, and just like that, Grungy has a large villager lead now. And Grungy getting his armory upgrades behind this raid. Let's see here. Where is his armory? Am I blind? Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright, so I don't believe that there is an armory for... Oh, there is one for Pana. Okay. Pana also getting his Bronze Age armory text researched. Now Grungy well ahead in the overall population, 61 villagers, 130 pop, to the 53 villagers, 118 population. So Panagiotis needs to desperately get his population up, but Grungy is just going to keep this main force while he continues these Asabara raids that are proven to be extremely effective. Panagiotis trying to micro them. He even has the loom. But Asabara, I mean, there's 8 of them now, but even 6 of them, I think it only took 3 or 4 hits to kill a villager. Okay, let's see here. Grungy now up to 68 villagers. Close to being maxed out at 160. And I think he feels that he did enough damage to where he has Panagiotis playing defensive. Because we haven't seen an attack yet with his main force, but now these two armies are going to cross paths, and it looks like, okay, they're going to run right into each other. Panagiotis are going to put these Greek spearmen champions onto the Asabaras, and you can see how they just melt the Asabaras. Now what it's going to come down to is whose front line is going to go down first, who's going to lose their meat shield, and it looks like Pana is going to lose his and then get surrounded by Grungy's forces, because I do believe they have the armory upgrades. Yes, they do have the tech advantage by 1. And now Grungy, smelling the blood in the water, is going to advance forward. And if you look at the population difference here, Grungy also researching the Silver Age. 160 population for Grungy and 99 for Pana. This is going to be extremely hard to come back from for Pana. Okay, so you do have, Pana does have these 2 town centers helping out with the defense here. Okay, now towers are going to go up now for Pana. Pana really low in resources. He doesn't have any villagers on wood right now. 32 on gold, 1 villager on food. He's down to 62 villagers. And it is so hard for these bowmen to fight under tower fire. And Grungy is going to pull his forces back now, return home. He does have his 3rd town center going up. Silver Age armory upgrades being researched now. Here's Takabara in queue. More Asabara as well, and I'm sure these Asabara will become champion. Yes, they are. They are champion now. Grungy now up to 83 villagers, 146 population to the 85 overall pop, and 61 villagers for Panagiotis. Pana was able to hold for now, but Grungy has the map control, he has the pop lead, he has the villager lead, and he has the tech lead. So Grungy looking very strong. Grungy was able to see these villagers over here gathering, with this storehouse providing him with some vision. Okay, and there's the GG by Pana. Okay, let's take a look at the stats here quickly. Yeah, Grungy definitely out-teched him here, 23 techs to 14. Okay, so now Grungy has to change Civ. Okay, Grungy needs 5 minutes, so we'll wait for him to return. Yeah, I'm just looking there. There are actually some very nice matchups I would like to see. With the high levels and the mid levels, there's some really good mid level games where I think would be really good to watch from these guys. So Okay, third and final match in this best of three. So this has gone the distance. Winner takes all. Grungy, winning the last game, had to change his civ and decided to go with Egyptians, which Pana won with during his first match on Lowland Groves. And now Pana deciding to change civs. Also got to choose the map. Decided to go with Mountain Crossing. So let's see if there's any strategic play behind this for Pana. And deciding to switch to the Romans. So we'll see how this matchup plays out. Last time we saw two bowman civs, Greeks and Persia. Now we're seeing more of two age 2 infantry civs. And age 2, I think that I do think that the Roman infantry are much stronger, the legionnaires. That's until Grungy can get to the Silver Age and get those Axeman champions and get the chariot archers for their back line. And some camel riders for the meat shield. But that doesn't mean that Romans don't have a nice arsenal of their own with their legionnaire and officer composition. Also, if Pana can get to the Silver Age and get Scorpios, get the Siege Workshop, get Scorpios, there's not going to be a whole lot that Grungy can do in terms of infantry. She'll probably have to switch to more of a camel rider and elephant composition to deal with the Scorpios. But we'll see. We'll see what weapons these guys want to use. And I can guarantee you that someone is going to go for this top lake. I feel like Grungy is going to try to get there first, but we'll see if it's contested. Because you do not want to allow your opponent to get all this food eco. This much better gathering rate for fishing. And I don't know if you guys have watched a lot of games or if you experienced that whichever player can get on this top lake, you'll see just how much fish is in here. You can almost fish in here for the entire game and really just boost your economy. So that means if you have 10 to 12 or 15 fishing boats in these lakes, then you can redistribute your villagers on other resources. So that means you can put more on gold, more on stone, but still really increase your food economy just with fishing alone. Okay, so this is interesting by Pana. He wants to go ahead and set up a storehouse and get villagers on gold here early. Okay, so let's see what the strategy is behind that. He is about to have 4 fishing boats. Grungy currently has 3 fishing boats here. Grungy wasting no time, as I mentioned before, getting a dock on this top lake. Okay, Pana on his way to the Bronze Age now. And I don't believe Pana has not gathered any stone yet. So let's see what his strategy is. His engineer. Okay, I think I might know what's going on here. It looks like Pana. Okay, we're gonna see a proxy. We're gonna see a proxy by Pana. That's why he wanted to get that storehouse on the gold mine. And he does have his villagers rallied to start gathering gold. And Grungy, okay, he's on his way to the Bronze Age now. But it looks like he might get punished for this greed. Actually, okay, he is going to get a barracks right away and get Axemen out. So he's going to delay his second town center. Let's see if he actually spotted Grungy. Let's see if he spotted that. Oh, he did. Oh, wait, no, he didn't. Okay, so he has no knowledge right now of this forward proxy. But he has to know something's up because he's reacting. And maybe he might have spotted that Pana is on gold. Let's take a look. He did. Oh, no. No, he didn't. Okay, so it must just be a gut feeling that he has. That he wants to delay his second town center and start getting Axemen out right away. Because he has not discovered anything over here. Okay, yeah, he's must just be going off a whim. Okay, because he does have enough stone. And he almost has enough wood. And Panagiotis really just going for a 1 TC push right now. And I'm sure Grungy's looking around. He doesn't see any production buildings. Okay, Andy's getting spearmen. So maybe he knows that there's an attack coming. Okay, there's the very defensive second town center. Okay, and here comes the Roman unit streaming in. And by the looks of it, it doesn't look like Grungy has enough here. You can just see how much stronger these Roman units are. And I think, like I said, I think he definitely had a feeling that this attack was coming. And his instincts were right. And now he may be in trouble by getting overwhelmed here early. Oh, this is a very powerful 1 TC proxy rush by Pana. Right now, Grungy has no gold. He can't get a second town center up. He can't build his towers for extra defense. You look how many, 17 legionnaires, 3 Decorions, and there's the GG. Well played by Pana. Yeah, Pana said he knew he was going greedy on this map. So there was a strategy. Pana picked Mountain Crossing because he knew that Grungy would go greedy and that he could get the military lead by going 1 TC. And this here is a very nice strategy to have, especially if you're, even if your opponent spots it, but if they're already behind, and you can attack right as soon as possible, because you know Pana didn't gather any stones, so he didn't have his age 2 delayed. He didn't have any villagers on gold at the start, and then he just started to put some on after he just got his dock, got some villagers on wood. So had a few villagers on hunts, and then with his dock to just give him enough food to maintain production. Looks like he managed to get 9 villagers on food then, and then he had enough resources just to continue producing villagers and producing military units, legionnaires and decorions. And I think he had this composition just right. These decorions, not one decorion died because they're just so tanky and they got that health regeneration. And the legionnaires are just so good at countering every other infantry unit that there's literally just no stopping. And I think even if he went all legionnaires, I think the outcome would have been the same. But he did this, he played this just right. So well done by Pana. He had a plan the entire time from when he decided to go with Mountain Crossing and choose the Romans. So well played. Oh my goodness, yeah, look at this. This is almost vertical here. Look at this military production. There's no way. There's no way to hold this. There's no way to stop this. Even if he discovered it and then probably knew it was coming, he could have maybe got some towers. But remember, if you fight directly under towers, you're not being hit by the tower fire. If you are directly underneath it. So if Pana had so many units streaming in here, he was definitely going to continue to commit to it. He might have still been able to overwhelm Grungy. Okay, awesome job. $25 goes to Pana. Oh, they're start to rule. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna stop the stream and then restart it.